What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with some Destiny 2 updates and news from Bungie. And firstly today we're going to break down new changes to the game, updates to Solstice 2022, various cheese fixes and more. And then we're also going to break down a list of known changes for Season 18, including buffs and changes to common systems in the game, as there are a handful of things we already know about, including Reprise maps and more. Then additionally we have some extra dev commentary and a few other things to cover in the video. So as always, I hope you enjoy this one, but firstly guys, all of us spend a lot of time looking at screens that produce blue light, which is bad because it can be harmful to our vision, but also cause headaches, issues sleeping and eye strain. Playing video games can expose us to plenty of blue light, but so can watching TV or using computers, which is why our sponsor at GMG Performance Eyeglasses can help us to protect our eyes against the long-term harm that blue light can potentially cause. But they can also improve our gaming experience by reducing the strain on our eyes, which ultimately helps us play for longer, improve concentration, and ward off headaches. I've mainly been using these Aranas glasses for a while now, and as well as for gaming, they're really comfortable when I'm working on my PC for long periods, and I definitely get fewer headaches when I'm at the desk. So I totally recommend that you guys check them out. And right now, GMG have a huge 40% discount that lasts for 48 hours from the time this video goes live. And so if you want to pick some up for nearly half price, be sure to click the first link in the description box below, and thanks to GMG for sponsoring the video. Now though, as we get into the Destiny stuff for today, initially we should mention the new hotfix to the game this week, which is 4151. And firstly for activities, Bungie say they fixed a problem that prevented silver leaves from being awarded when completing certain activities, and so they should now also drop from Seva, Altars of Sorrow, Nightmare Containment, as well as Blind Well, the Dares of Eternity, and Patrols. Additionally though, they fixed an issue where the investigation campaign mission could be exploited for silver leaves, so I believe that was the checkpoint cheese, and they also added weekly rotating modifiers to the Bonfire Bash activity. Then for gameplay and investment, they fixed an issue where this year's Solstice armor ornaments displayed a purple hue rather than a blue one when using stasis subclasses. And unfortunately, they fixed an issue where the Dreamwork Origin trait would activate for other weapons, allowing overflow for all gear equipped. And they add that we all owe a certain dungeon boss an apology. And of course that's the glitch where you could use the hand cannon to overflow Galahorn and things like that. So it's a shame we can no longer do it, but that was kind of inevitable. Plus they fixed a problem where the last word was doing more damage than intended. Then finally for platforms and systems, they fixed an issue where the Seashore pack contents were not being received by players. And Bungie Help added that affected players can now locate their Seashore set items in Master Raoul's inventory. And so that's the update for this week. And moving away from that for a moment, Destiny Bulletin pointed out more stuff about Bungie's future projects. And apparently they registered another trademark for Matter earlier on this month in Mexico, which is the first time that Bungie have filed anything related to that title since 2018. So alongside that, the various indications of multiple IPs, and Bungie expanding the studio, we continue to get that trickle of indications of what Bungie are working on for future titles. And so hopefully we can expect to see more info about their plans in the next couple of years. But then something to bear in mind for this week. And Liana Rupert from Bungie had said that at some point this week, presumably in the TWAB, we're going to get information on a raid launch date, which should reference the Reprise raid coming in Season 18, which as far as we know, based on the fact that it would be one of the larger remaining Destiny 1 raids, it's very likely to be either Wrath of the Machine, or even more likely, at least based on content theme, would be Kingsfall. And so stay tuned on Thursday, as it looks like we're going to get that info. On the subject of Season 18 changes though, we do know a few things about Bungie plans for Sandbox and more, although of course content and theme and all of that kind of stuff is currently unknown. And firstly, a little fix, but Bungie have said that damage scalers for Fighting Lion are currently bugged and there is a plan to fix that in Season 18. And then although Bungie have made some adjustments to airborne gameplay and the aerial effectiveness stat on some weapons, they've also said that in Season 18 and beyond, they plan on giving players new ways to build into the aerial effectiveness stat, including making it visible on the weapon inspection screen. So it's good that we're going to get that, but there's also a plan to update some exotic weapons that we feel could use a bump to aerial effectiveness. And so with that being sort of a new system, there are still likely to be some additional changes and updates to aerial effectiveness. And we can't be certain about all of the weapon changes that Bungie brought forward to the Solstice patch last week, but they'd also said that while wrapping up the balance update for Season 18, some highlights include revisiting weapon subfamilies, legendary perk and exotic weapon tuning, plus adding intrinsic anti-champion functionality to several exotic weapons. Then there are a couple of PvP related things that Bungie have spoken about, and so, on the subject of Rift, before Season 17, they did say that the plan is to add the game mode to the main Crucible playlists for Season 18. Of course, Bungie have had a lot of feedback about Rift since then, so it will be interesting to see how they do that, and if they make any adjustments to the mode first. As far as new PvP real estate, or at least updates to real estate, Joe Blackburn had also said the plan is to remaster a Destiny 1 map and bring it to D2 for the first time in Season 18. And so a Reprise Destiny map should be coming back in August as well. This was a good few months ago now, but he had also discussed Rift, and mentioned that the team is additionally working on multiple brand new modes for 2022. Again, this was a while back, and Bungie haven't mentioned any other modes in the time since, so certainly not confirmed for Season 18, but still a possibility between now and Lightfall. The other things that Bungie had discussed are reputation changes to Banshee, of course. And so at the start of Season 18, completing daily gunsmith bounties will now grant 50 gunsmith rep, which is up from 25 for a total of 200 gunsmith rep each day. So if you want to level up, definitely be picking those up. However, they also said, more impactfully for players, gunsmith reputation gained from dismantling legendary or exotic weapons and armor will be increased to 5 each, which is currently at 3, which overall should offer a considerable boost to the rate at which gunsmith rep is earned. And of course, that's pretty passive because we delete a lot of gear anyway. Of course, otherwise, quick mentions are that Bungie had said we can expect to see new foundry weapons each season. Plus, we should still see 3 new origin trades in Season 18 at least. One for the season overall, another for the reprised raid, and one for this season event. But in terms of the content theme, we currently have no confirmation, so August 23rd, when they also speak about the Lightfall expansion, is going to be a very interesting day. So give us your thoughts on what that could look like, or any of the changes you're looking forward to or would like to see for Season 18 down in the comments section. A very final mention here for Solstice, and a bit of a trick that players have been using to get high stat rolls easier on alt characters. And so if you've completed the 4 slots that cost 24 kindling on your main character, of course this unlocks the white glow, and we can get the highest stat rolls when we re-roll them. And once these armor pieces reach this state on your main character, it then becomes possible to pull your Solstice armor pieces from your alternate characters to your main. And assuming you've got plenty of Ash, when you're on your main character, the game essentially recognizes those alternative armor pieces as eligible for the stat roll upgrades. And so you can go ahead and spend that Ash, and importantly, it won't be necessary to repeat kindling farming on other characters, completing all of those Solstice challenges. So it's worth bearing in mind, and I'll link an article down below that explains how to do it. I don't think it's massively cheesy given that there's no boost for doing alternative sets of armor this time around. So it could be useful, but for today guys, that's what we have to speak about in the video. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and if you have, a rating down below really does help us out on the channel. Plus, be sure to get subscribed and I'll keep you posted with a lot more Destiny content. For now though, I appreciate you tuning in, and whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.